Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable President IPU, Honorable Secretary General, distinguished members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and good afternoon. It is my privilege to address the 148th IPU Assembly in Geneva today. On behalf of my delegation, I wish to thank Madam President for the leadership and commend the Secretary General for hosting this august gathering. As Speaker of the newly elected National Assembly, I bring greetings of the people of Pakistan, their leadership, and all the members of Parliament. We are immensely pleased to join the fraternity of representatives from 180 countries. Pakistan is proud to have been a member of IPU since 1948. We greatly appreciate and welcome the IPU's effort for peace and understanding across the globe, and we assure you of our continued support in this regard. Dear colleagues, Pakistan is a peaceful country that believes in dialogue for cooperation and understanding. We are inspired by the vision of our great leader, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of Pakistan, and guided by the democratic spirit of the Constitution. Our parliamentarians strive to foster bilateral joint partnerships through parliamentary friendship groups in our National Assembly. Madam President, the overarching theme of parliamentary diplomacy, building bridges for peace and understanding, is not just appropriate, it is both necessary and urgent. As we renew our pledge to foster global harmony through parliamentary cooperation, it is also imperative to confront reality. The peace, prosperity, and security of many people remain elusive. The year 2023 ended with a brutal legacy of war and conflict. Over the past 5 months, we have witnessed death and destruction in Gaza on an unimaginable scale. Over 30,000 civilians have been killed. Most of them are women and children. Pakistan remains extremely concerned in the situation in Gaza. The heart-rending images of death and destruction from Gaza are unconscionable. Women, children, and elderly continue to face the brunt of Israel's war machine and face the prospects of imminent starvation. Israel's actions violate international humanitarian and human rights laws, deliberately attacking civilian targets, and as such constitutes war crimes and crime against humanity. It is extremely unfortunate that the international community has failed to stop the Israeli atrocities, and crime against humanity being perpetrated against the Palestinian civilians. The lack of action undermines the legitimacy of international institutions, particularly the UN Security Council. We reiterate our strong call for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, unimpeded humanitarian assistance to the besieged people of Gaza, return of the displaced Palestinians, and accountability for the crimes being committed by Israel. We have always and shall continue to stand by our Palestinian brothers and sisters for the exercise of their inalienable right of self-determination, for a viable, secure, contiguous, and sovereign state of Palestine on the basis of the pre-1967 borders with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital. Madam President, closer to home, the people of Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have suffered over 7 decades of indignity and oppression. The promise of the right of self-determination remains unfulfilled. Since August 2019, another chapter in history of oppression Kashmiris started in unilateral measures in violation of UN Security Council resolution. The freedom that resonates in this hall in the form of the presence of parliamentarians is being crushed by the Indian-occupied Jammu Kashmir. Political parties are being banned, political leaders are incarcerated, and the human rights of ordinary people are being violated with impunity. Those speaking of democracy and human rights must speak out for the people of Indian-occupied Kashmir. Madam President, we all represent people who wish for happy and prosperous lives. But for many, development remains a distant dream. In Parliament, we must legislate education and health for all. We must aspire to strengthen social safety and nets to provide a cleaner environment, but all of it requires resources for implementation. Right for all without distinction and sustainable development, so that no one is left behind. Thank you. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you very much, Pakistan.